gotta talk loud.
Alright, shut the fuck up. Hello guys, I'm Cass,
And I'm Mike.
and this is Chaos RS Productions. Sorry we haven't uploaded lately.
Things have been happening,
We've been busy and stuff.
and with the summer coming up, we're not sure what's gonna happen, but we're gonna try to get as much content as we can out there.
And today we're gonna be talking about the anime Erased, or Boku Dake ga Inai Machi.
Erased is a 12-episode anime from A1 Pictures. It's an original anime that came out recently. It's very beautiful, very nice quality, I'd say. It has a great storyline,
Great art, great animation.
and it has a great plot to it. Basically, what's going on is this guy can go back in time by a few minutes at a time.
So basically the main character, his name is Satoru, and he has this power called Revival, which basically lets him see like a tragic accident that's about to happen, and as he sees it, he goes back in time so he can fix it. And basically in the beginning, in the first episode, they basically show us a little example of this. But then basically the whole story is a whole revival. He doesn't do this a lot of times throughout the story, but he it's just a whole revival. It's just one plot, one story.
Basically, what happens is his mom ends up getting killed, and because of this, he has to go back in time. He goes back 18 years, and that's the starting point to save his mom.
And also this friend that he had, what's her name? Hinasuki?
Hinasuke?
Yeah.
That's someone he saves. His friend, I don't know. I think her name is Yumi or something. His name, I don't even know.
Because basically back then, when he was a child, there were a bunch of murders, right? Little kids were being abducted and murdered.
Yeah, kids were being kidnapped and killed.
Yeah, and basically, this girl Hinasuki was killed, and his mom is killed, and then he thinks it's the same killer, right?
Yeah, he seeks out.
There's things that connected to the same killings and stuff. You guys will see if you watch it. Yeah, we don't want to get too much information, but yeah, he goes back in time 18 years, and he basically tries to find out who's the killer. And when he goes back in time, how old is he? How old is his body?
He's 11.
He's 11.
He's 10. He's 10 until his birthday.
Yeah.
And
until his birthday.
Basically, when he does go back in time, he sees that the killing started during that time, and that's a clue to helping save his mother. So he has to stop the killer from taking the kids and killing them. And it's a lot harder than it sounds, because two of the kids that he tries to save, they kind of tend to not talk to other kids, so they're loners.
Yeah, and they're very hard to make friends with. The girl Hinasuki, you remember when she at first she used this girl used to hang out at a park and shit.
Yeah, and she had a reason.
Yeah,
she was being abused at home.
Yeah, by her mom.
By her mom and her dad. And basically, she would have bruises when she went to school. She would get to school late. And Satoru caught onto this, and he knew that he had to help her. So he started trying to talk to her. He ended up, I don't know if you want to say dating her.
Nah, I mean it was a little romantic kid relationship, you know.
They would hold hands. They would go everywhere together, and it was adorable. It was cute.
Yeah, but basically, the story didn't focus just on the past, because there was some scenes from the future, and there was a character I really liked. She's probably my favorite character besides Satoru. What was her name? The pixel girl? Airi, yeah. And she was basically really cool, really supporting of Satoru, and he knew his power, right?
Yeah, she knew what was going on. Well,
yeah.
Wait. She didn't know his power.
Oh yeah, but she knew something was going on, yeah.
Yeah.
And basically, he got help from her, and also the owner to some extent of the place he worked at. But yeah, he tried to find the killer, and he basically goes through all these things, helping a bunch of kids. It's not just the Hinasuki girl anymore. He has to help other kids, and he has to pretend that he's a child, because if you think about it, he's a
29-year-old man.
He's a 29-year-old man
in a 10-year-old boy's body.
Yeah, so he has to act the part, you know.
Now, something we didn't say is when his mother died, he went to her and he pulled her over to see if she was actually dead or if she was faking it, and he got blood on his hands. Because of this, the neighbors saw it, and they called the cops on him, and that's why he needed help from his manager and from Airi.
Yeah.
He ended up being a suspect to killing his mother, and Airi helped him out during this time. She gave him a place to stay, and this was around the time that he had gone back to the future, and he's seen that his past self affected the past. He made it so that Hinazuki died at age 11 instead of age 10, and after this he knew that he could change the past, so he went back again.
Yeah, so he basically went back 2 times because he fucked up the first time.
Yeah, and once he did go back the second time, he knew what he was doing, but it was complicated what he had to do. He had to save Hinazuki.
Find the killer.
He had to find the killer. He had to stop the beatings. He had to keep people from getting framed that were innocently framed in a future.
Like the guy Yuki. But I gotta say, like I was talking with Mike here before we started making this video, and like the guy Yuki, like he actually seemed like the true killer for me, like, cause like he gave me that like pedophile vibe, like. When he like you said, when he would get all nervous and stuff, when when they would talk about Hinazuki,
he would panic a lot.
Yeah, like, and he really gave me that like vibe, and like it wasn't until they revealed the killer that like I finally like realized that it wasn't him. But basically all this time I thought it was him, and like he had that creepy vibe about him.
He seemed like he would be a cool guy, but at the same time, the dark side of him could be the guy that you don't want to meet. He would, I mean, like who hangs around at a park with kids around, flying a little airplane,
just like looking at the whole day.
Yeah, and then think about what he had in his room.
Yeah, he had like porn magazines and stuff.
And he says Satoru saw them, and Yuki said it was a gift. And then I remember at that scene, Satoru asked him if he knew about Hinazuki, and at that point he panicked like a motherfucker. Like he was looking around, he was sweating. Then he said, "Yeah, I know her," and that's when Satoru knew that he could trust the guy. Now another big character in this was Kenya. Kenya. Satoru's probably his best friend.
Yeah, and like probably one of the smartest characters in this anime, even though he was 10 as well.
He knew what was going on with Satoru, and he actually helped out a lot, like a lot more than a kid should. This guy kept him. He helped him get Hinazuki away from her mother. He helped get a place for her to hide out. He gave Satoru advice and a lot of other stuff. The killer.
Now the killer, this like about a lot of people saw it coming. Like not me as much, cause like I thought this person I thought he was actually gonna be like a true like asset or like ally to Satoru, but in the end it turned out it was a teacher. So basically, we haven't talked about the teacher much, but the teacher was basically like he helped Satoru like with the Hinazuki, like he would like talk to like to Hinazuki's parents, right?
Yeah, he tried to talk to them, but they wouldn't answer the phone.
Yeah, he was like really helpful. He would give like Satoru rides, help him out with things. But yeah, but he turned out to be the killer, and it was shocking, It wasn't that shocking for some people, but for me it was pretty shocking.
I'm not gonna lie, when they were in the car and he was panicking and Satoru saw the lollipops, at that point I thought this guy's the pedophile.
Yeah.
This is the motherfucker who does it. Now, Satoru, he was a kid at the time, so he didn't know what the fuck was going on. Like, he knew what was going on, but he didn't want to say anything right then and there. And the second time he got into the car and he noticed that the lollipops weren't there, at that point I was confirmed for me. I was like, it's fucking him.
Yeah, but yeah, basically this is pretty shocking. Like the anime was like full of suspense and like thrill, but for me, I'll probably give it like 8 out of 10. Pretty good. A1 Pictures definitely stepped up their game for this one. I would see this as like very underrated because like not many people talk about this one. I told Mike about it and he liked it a lot.
I loved it. I gave this a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, but like many people don't talk about it, Race, but it's a pretty good anime. You should definitely check it out. Yeah, like we're gonna put spoilers because
obviously.
But
this is a really good anime. It has good. I like the soundtracks. I like the art. The soundtrack in the back is the opening of the anime itself. I love the story. I love most of the characters.
Yeah.
And it just like it gets you into the anime. it just makes you enjoy it. Whether you like it action-packed or suspenseful or romance, you're gonna like this anime. It has that little vibe to it.
Yep.
But anyways, that's all we're gonna say for now about Erased.
Uh-huh.
This has been Chaos Arts Productions. I'm Mike.
And I'm Cass.
And we're out.
Bye.